Good evening and welcome to Meadowbank for tonight's SWPL1 fixture between Hibernian and Aberdeen. I'm Dave Armstrong. Alongside me tonight is Leah Tweedy. Leah, how are you doing this evening?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Just finished my rehab, so I'm injured, so getting the privilege of watching the girls tonight.
You got much longer to go?
Pardon?
You got much longer to go before you're back out there?
Hopefully another couple of weeks. We'll wait and see how we progress, but yeah, hopefully soon.
Aberdeen have won 3 of their last 4. You know, only stumbled against Hearts and beat Spartans and so on. But how do you see the girls line out tonight after Sunday's win?
I mean, it's a brilliant result for the girls on Sunday and for us as an entire squad, because last season we didn't manage to get those 3 points against Hearts, so it was a big step in the right direction. But I think it's super important for us that we really kick on from here, and I think tonight's a massive challenge in that respect. So yeah, it's a massive game for us, and obviously, as you touched on there, Aberdeen they've got off to a flying start. So yeah, it's definitely not going to be an easy night. So hopefully we'll bring our game. But I think that's very much the attitude in camp, is that we need to bring our A game tonight and make Sunday's amazing result, make that really matter by getting another 3 points tonight.
We're just about ready to kick off here at Meadowbank. And we are underway to Hannah Stewart. Aberdeen straight away on the attack. Here come Aberdeen. That's an easy one for Frayne to deal with. And it's played out short. Aberdeen in possession. Hibs seem to have it well covered. It's through the middle. A challenge on Stewart. Hibs win it back. Now out on the far side. A touch from Leishman, just getting it away. And that's a foul. Free kick to Aberdeen. And Leah, 3 changes from Sunday's game. It's a good chance for some of the girls that are not getting regular game time to really show what they've got tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's important that when we have midweek games that we utilise the full squad, and a massive positive this season is that we've got the ability everywhere to do that. I mean, tonight you look on the bench, you've got brilliant players knocking on the door, so I think it really shows the depth that we've got in the squad this season. Being able to rotate like that and also have different players for different occasions, because different types of games, Sunday to what it is tonight. So yeah, I think it's brilliant that we've got the players to do that, and hopefully they can show that they're capable, which I'm sure they'll do so.
So ready to get on the way after the free kick here from Aberdeen. Taking their time. It's looped into the area. Headed over. Easy one for Katie Frayne to deal with. Bailey Hutchison with the header forward. There's Ferguson. Again, just losing out on possession. Now here come Aberdeen. Ogilvie into the middle, going back now. Aberdeen captain pushes it all the way to the back line. That's going to be a throw in for Hibs. Poor ball away. And a good attendance here tonight, given the weather. And the ball pushed forward towards the wing, but it's going to go Aberdeen's way for a throw in. Broderick to take this one. It's gone all the way back to Kirby. Hibs keeping Aberdeen playing in their half. That's what you want to see. Forcing a mistake. And now Aberdeen can push forward. They've not got much space to work with. Into the middle, dealt with easy by Alice Notley. Aberdeen again just looking to control possession, but again losing it through Ailey Short.
I think Aberdeen have showed straight off the bat that they're looking to play football tonight, so I think it's important for us that we really get on them and make sure that we show them that we're not going to let them do that tonight. But I think initially they're showing that they're wanting to play football and knock the ball about. So yeah, it's important that we get on top of that.
And do you think Grant will be looking to exploit the wide areas, given Aberdeen are quite central and quite defensive?
Yeah, I think so. I think, looking at Aberdeen and the progress that they've made this season, they're very different to last season. I think that's definitely one of the areas that we'd be looking at, with our formation of playing three at the back. It's definitely an area that we would be looking to exploit.
It's just trapped into the corner. Throw in for Aberdeen. There's plenty of experience in that corner of the Hibs pitch. Again, Leah Eddy forcing it all the way back to the halfway line. It's out wide, good pressure from Abby Ferguson. Short ball from Kirby towards Holden. Then back to Kirby again. Definitely a game plan for Hibs to keep Aberdeen in their half.
Yeah, it's definitely something that we spoke about during the week, so it's good to see that getting executed initially. And again, touching on seeing Aberdeen looking to play football, again I think it's something that will be critical tonight, and getting the result that we need is making sure that we really don't allow them to do that.
It's definitely working so far. Defensively been pretty solid, keeping the ball in their half when we can.
Yeah, I think now it's maybe just about integrating the elements of us playing football as well that I'd be looking to see, because I know that we're capable of more than what we've displayed so far. But like you said, solid, and that's the main thing. So it's just about building from that now.
Straightforward save there for Katie Frayne.
Just as I say that, we're string together for three nice passes.
It's okay. Curse of the commentator doesn't happen as often as you think, don't worry.
But yeah, that's the type of football that we're looking to play, and that's what we need to do tonight.
Now the throw-ins come from Poppy Lawson. Down Doran Barr. So many new faces in this season's Hibs squad. Jorian Bokum, good footwork. Again, excellent footwork from Bokum, and the pass is just under hit towards Naomi Powell. That was a good run from Jorian Bokum. Seems to be, loving life here at Meadowbank.
The last couple of weeks she's really shown what she's capable of, and right there you're seeing the amount of strength that she's got, but she's got an element of skill as well that I think that she's been really showcasing, and you see it there. She's more than capable of turning players, which is brilliant for our number 9 to drop in and do. So, and she's won our team the corner, so it's brilliant.
Yeah, good header, just a little bit too much underneath it.
Over the bar.
And all last season and most of this season, Leah Eddy, is that something she practices constantly now in training? Because
I think
she very rarely has a bad cross.
Yeah, she's just such a talented player when it comes to technical ability. I think that comes from years and years of practice. So she doesn't necessarily practice set plays, but unless we're doing it as a team. But I think because of our technical abilities and our practice in that area, it's an absolute breeze to her. And like you said there, we've scored a lot of goals from it, but they're so consistent as well. So yeah, it's an absolute asset to have.
Hibs pushing forward. Spoke him again. Good interception from Powell. That's a good ball in towards the back post. It's headed away though. Hibs just disrupting the play all over the pitch at the moment.
Yeah, the last couple of minutes we've been really in control of the game, so yeah, we need to continue that from here and keep putting Aberdeen under pressure, like Lauren Bar getting a decent cross in from deep there. That's the type of things that'll catch them off guard.
And this will give confidence to the team as well, knowing that the rotation after Sunday can perform this well, 2-3 days out of a game, especially when they're coming thick and fast.
Absolutely,
7 games in 8 days, or 3 games in 8 days, should I say.
And then, you're seeing players back in the squad that have been pretty consistently in the squad, so not only have we got different players playing tonight, but different players playing on Sunday against Hearts as well, so I think, overall it does highlight what the entire squad's capable of, which, again, it's a massive positive. And we saw last year, how quickly things can change in terms of injuries. So to have that depth, it gives everybody confidence. And then that element of combating the fatigue that you face when you're playing 3 games in the space of 8 days, using a bit of rotation in there means that we'll be able to perform at a better level as well, and hopefully avoid those injuries that we were struck with last season.
There's Bochum again, excellent turn. Ferguson is there, still running from Bochum. Shot comes in and it's a difficult save to make for Kirby, but a good one all the same. And I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times so far this season, she's absolutely dying for a goal.
Yeah, she scored a couple from penalties, which is always good to kind of get off the bat, but tonight she's off to a flying start, so I wouldn't be surprised if tonight's the night that it sort of comes together for her. That's twice already that she's sort of turned the Aberdeen defence inside out, so I'm sure we'll see more of it to come. She seems, still getting to know her myself, but she seems like a bit of a confidence player, so to start the game like that, I'm sure it'll be, we've got exciting things to come.
And the ball goes all the way back to Katie Frame. And the ball just looped forward.
What's that?
Drops now for Powell. And again, Aberdeen just trying to intercept play in the middle of the park. The passage of passing from Aberdeen. Excellent challenge.
That's brilliant from Poppy Lawson.
And there's a chance here for Aberdeen to try and open the scoring. Katie Frame, never in doubt. It's a good effort from Ogilvie. She's troubled us in the past here at Meadowbank. But again, that's the experience of Katie Frame.
I think Poppy made a great decision in there. Bailey Hutchison can be really dangerous in those areas if she gets the chance to turn. So her stepping out there is a great decision, and her and Leah Eddy have been working brilliantly together, and I think again straight away tonight we're seeing how solid they are as a pair.
It's cleared by the Aberdeen defence. And they'll give away a throw-in just to take the sting out of the pace of the game. And since Grant's come in, we've seen things like a full bench this evening. The fitness is great of the players. How's the mood been since he's come in? And it must be a really, really good atmosphere, especially with the win over Hearts, which is the first one in a long time.
Yeah, exactly. So I think those are the type of the things that really lift the mood in camp. It's always a new group of players, we're getting to know each other, and I think we've all kind of gelled really well. So yeah, the mood in camp's been brilliant. Like you said, we've got a decent full squad, and long may it stay that way. But I think what's been nice is that as a unit we've been really together, and it's still early days, but I think you can see, like the performance against Hearts on Sunday, we're really fighting for each other. I think that's brilliant to see, and it's really important in games like against Hearts, and even games like tonight when you're playing against a side they're a decent side, and we need to get really in and about them. It's important that we have that element of fight and determination and passion, which is what being a Hibs player is all about, and I think the new players have brought that.
And now a chance for Aberdeen to open the scoring, and again it's put away wide of the post. A really poor effort from that range, but Hibs really are let off with one there.
Yeah, I think we sort of switched off there, but what Katie Frame's done well is she's made the angle very difficult for the Aberdeen winger, so Yeah, she deserves a bit of credit there for making it hard for us to find a pocket in the net, but I think we got away with one a little bit there, to be honest. We can't be affording to switch off like that.
Ball in for Notley. Again, she's taken away from McGregor. And Aberdeen now growing a little bit in confidence. Again, the ball put through to to Hutchison. Again, we spoke of Hutchison's danger when she's on the ball, but now Hibs can counter. Is there an option? There is. Excellent turn again. Is that ball just a little too long? It is.
It's almost a really nice bit of play. Dorian turning again, which was great to see, but yeah, just if we can execute that pass a little bit better next time. You can see Tegan, you know, she's got an excellent bit of pace, so if we can get that pass right, she's clean through on goal. But again, it's positive signs. A little phase of play there, but Aberdeen sort of opened us up. Again, we just need to nip that in the bud by remaining switched on, because like you said, Bailey Hutchison, she's got bundles of talent, so she'll find those pockets of space, and it's really important that we don't let her do that.
An important touch there.
Yeah.
Now Eddie. Now Hibs can push this down the byline. Excellent pace. And now a good turn into the middle. Bokum, excellent touch again. Now there's space for Hibs to work in. The ball is through towards Bokum. She's going to take a touch. It's just nicked away from her feet.
That's a lovely bit of play in the corner there. Great composure from Shannon Leishman to play out with those tight areas. And again, it almost came together. Just that final execution.
McGregor now looking towards Ferguson. That's an important touch from Ferguson. And the ball over towards Bokum. And again, it's a good block. She did well to get around. Now Aberdeen on attempting a counter-attack. They got bodies forward. Only one option. That's a great touch. Again, Hibs defence coming through, and Poppy Lawson and Leah Eddy. It's so important to get those touches.
Yeah, I think Poppy got herself in a relatively good position there. Again, it's just being careful that we don't let Hutchison step off like that, because, like I said, that's when she's at her most dangerous, and when she gets a sniff at goal, she's excellent at putting them away.
Again, an important touch. And Frame with the save again. Massive credit to Katie Frayne and the defence there, because that was a dangerous flurry. Sometimes it becomes a little too much to deal with, but no harm for them there. Again, Ogilvie and Hutchison trying to link up in the Hibs 18-yard box. With Bokum. Good touch inside, makes a little bit of space for herself. And that'll be a throw into Hibs. And some score update for you. Hearts have doubled their lead against Celtic. So big scoreline tonight for Hearts. Celtic going 2-0 down so far.
That's not what we're wanting to hear. But, you know, plenty of time left. Celtic are an extremely dangerous side, and I know that they've had Champions League and on the back of, you know, a couple of big games for them, but I would say that game's certainly not over, and hopefully it's not. Because if results go our way there and here tonight, we can find ourselves in a much better position on that league table.
It's been all about progression under, you know, it's Grant's second spell. He had immense success first time he was here. You know, there's a lot of fans who are delighted to see him back. Yeah. You know, and ultimately the progression is going to take us hopefully further up the table, and ultimately we want to be best of the rest, you know, starting off, and then there's always that ability to push towards that Celtic and Rangers level. Yeah,
I think first and foremost it's achieving our potential, and I think Grant's already shown signs that he's more than capable of doing that. And Aberdeen.
And here comes Ogilvie again. Excellent challenge.
That's a brilliant tackle.
Lauren Doran Barr with an all-important challenge.
Yeah, she's timed that really well there as well, because it can obviously be dangerous making a late challenge in the box, but she's timed that to perfection, and even better, won the team a goal kick by rebounding off the Aberdeen there. But yeah, as I was saying, so Grant, on a personal level, got on really well with him, and I think every player that worked with him did. He's that type of character.
So you were at the club, weren't you? In his
Yeah,
previous
so
spell?
I worked the entire time that Grant was here before. So yeah, I was super excited when I heard that he was coming back, and like I said, I think everybody that worked with him was the same. So yeah, off to a great start. I mean, I know that maybe we've not quite reached there in terms of the results. We had a couple of sort of dull results, but I think when you've got a new manager and new players and a new sort of style of play, it might take a minute to come together, but everybody in camp's got full faith that that's in the process of happening.
So here come Hibs again, and just a score update as Celtic managed to drag one back against Hearts. Didn't take long for them to come back into the game, as you said. You called it yourself.
Yeah, I think I would have been very surprised if that stayed that scoreline, because like I said, Celtic they're a very, very good side, and as are Hearts, and they're credit where credit's due. But
a wonderful ball into the corner, just the cross unfortunately didn't match. That's really coming down out here now at Meadowbank. So Aberdeen opting to play it out from the back now. On goal kick. And Lawson and Doran Barr having to deal with this one. Aberdeen with a chance for a shot on goal straight at Katie Frame. Excellent pressure from Poppy Lawson.
Yeah, I think she's done enough there, but again, Bailey Hutchison, that she's got an inch of space, and she's managed to get a really good shot at goal there. I mean, albeit Katie Frame was more than comfortable, but an inch of space, and that's a decent shot. So again, we just really need to be careful about what we allow her to do.
Clearance now from Eddie. As we tick over the 20-minute mark, still scoreless here at Meadowbank. Hibs 0, Aberdeen 0. Aberdeen have had 3 or 4 chances so far, but dealt with easily by Katie Frayne and Leah Eddy and Poppy Lawson. And the ball over the top looking for Ferguson. Good header from McGregor. Bokum again opening up that tiny pocket of space. Try and see Tegan Bowie free and clear. Eddy, McGregor, and still in play. Again, a little bit scrappy, but now the ball to Bokum. Over to Abby Ferguson. Puts it into the middle. Bokum! And it's rolled through for the opening goal here at Meadowbank. Jorian Bokum, we spoke of it earlier on, she wanted that goal in open play, and wonderful work to play it through.
I mean, I feel like from the first whistle tonight, she's been looking really sharp. And again, Abby has done brilliant there to a decision that straight away I thought she maybe should have had the shot, but proves that she's made the right decision by the ball ending up in the back of the net. So again, great bit of the link up, and that's exactly what we need. I think that initial goal, hopefully we can calm ourselves down. Aberdeen have had a fair amount of chances, they're looking pretty good in all honesty. So I think now we just need to really compose ourselves, make sure that we now control the game as best as possible. But hopefully that can give us a bit of confidence to really kick on. But yeah, brilliant for Jorian to slot that into the back of the net, especially linking up with Abby Ferguson the way she did there. It's great to see patterns of play like that.
So Jorian Bokum scoring from open play. She's been crying out for it all the way through this first half. And she's played a stormer so far, linking up with Abby Ferguson. And she's got Tegan Bowie on the opposite side as well. And slight stoppage in play. I think the referee's having a word with the Aberdeen manager. is indeed. Throw in from Hibs. And again, that'll be an Aberdeen throw in. As long as Hibs hold themselves composed and steady, can go on the hunt for another goal. They've doubled their lead here at Meadowbank. And Aberdeen forced all the way back. Pressure from Bochum again and from Tegan Bowie. It's a throw into Aberdeen. And you're not going to turn Shannon Leishman that easy.
That's nice from Leah Eddy stepping out of the back line again. It's something that she's done really well the last few weeks.
And she's forced to pounce on this one as well.
And there she's covering the ground really well.
And that'll be a goal kick for Hibs.
Again, it's tough to play those passes in that area where Aberdeen, they've got a pretty good press. They're playing high up on the pitch against us. So again, we need to be really careful about where we receive the ball and where we're passing it, because to lose the ball in there, it can be detrimental.
And sometimes it can be an advantage when, Aberdeen are coming here, and realistically we must have, 6 or 7 players who are brand new, and most of them will be in the starting lineup. It's hard to know what you line out against, even if you are watching, other matches from other weeks.
I think that's one thing.
And Bailey Hutchison now in a dangerous area, but again, excellent defending.
Again, Poppy Lawson's done really well. They're getting close enough to her that she doesn't have that space to turn. You can see as soon as she's got the ball, she's got her hand trying to spin Poppy, but yeah, she's done really well to hold her off there. And again, enough to keep her away from goal.
Linking up well with Naomi Powell. And the ball to the back post, easily gathered by Katie Frayne.
Yeah, again, that's something Katie's shown, that she's really comfortable with set plays and corners, and it's brilliant to see actually a keeper. She's super comfortable coming off the line and catching it like that. Which it's such a relief when you're on that patch or watching. You've got a keeper that's big and strong and happy to come out and receive. It's great.
And social media seems to be wondering if Jorian Bochum wants to get the revenge against Aberdeen, but we'll look into that one what you will. So Poppy Lawson all the way back to Katie Frayne. Good run through the middle. Nice. Shannon McGregor, of course, 100 appearances for Hibs tonight. She's been made captain. Great honour for her.
Brilliant to see. Shannon's obviously been in and out with injury, but yeah, she's a super important player in the squad, and it's great to have her back. She's super hard worker in the middle of the park, and you see how much she breaks down the play as well as being involved in our play. But she's the type of player that no midfield want to face, because she's absolutely everywhere. And so to have 100 appearances, that's brilliant for her, but I'm sure there's many more to come.
Excellent from Doran Barr. Made that look way too easy. Now Aberdeen have a player down. Good challenge from Ellis Notley to win possession. And the Aberdeen player is going to receive some treatment. But there's one stat that I was unable to pull up, and I spent about an hour and a half looking for it, was how many games you played for Hibs, which has been impossible to find. So I don't know whether you have any insight on that. But you must have a lot of them at the moment.
I got my 100th appearance the tail end of last season, so not had any competitive appearances this season just since I've been injured, but must be about 103, something like that, 102 or 3, which was a massive achievement for me because, again, the club means so much. Like, grew up playing through the Hibernian Academy, so...
And you've won trophies, you know, you've won League Cups, you've won Scottish Cups, and...
I've been lucky enough to...
European games as well, I believe?
I missed it a wee bit through injury, but played in a good few, so... to reach those 100 appearances was a big honour for me.
And hopefully the player that's down is okay. We can't really get a kind of look at who's down, but nonetheless, it's horrible when you see a player go down like that. Me personally, I hate seeing it because you know how hard these players work to get fit and ready and to be on that pitch and to be in the starting 11. It's not an easy task.
Yeah. Whether it's the team that you're sort of supporting or part of, or the other team, it's not nice to see. And hope she looks like she's actually all right there, but you just hope that, and in these circumstances, that it's nothing serious, because like you said, nobody wants to see it.
She seems to be walking. Laura Holden. Unfortunately, it looks like she took a dull one, maybe to the shin.
I think a lot of the time the concern is if there's nobody too near her. I think it seems like more of an impact one there rather than any change of direction. So hopefully she's all right. But it does look like Aberdeen are making a substitute.
Better to play it safe, especially with so many games and so little time.
Yeah.
And I have a score update for you. So Dundee United and Montrose are now 1-1. Montrose have managed to equalise away to Dundee United.
Again, that'll be a bit of an interesting one to see who comes out on top.
It was almost like a welcome to the big leagues for Montrose because, back-to-back promotions is a massive achievement, but when you come up to this level, it's completely and utterly different.
Yeah, of course. I think it's a big jump from SWPL2. I think that can be challenging for teams like that. We've seen it last season with Glasgow Girls, but hopefully they can hold their own, because I think everybody wants to see the league being more competitive. So when we see teams doing well, it's better for everyone. And Dundee United have also shown, against us, we didn't have a great game, but they definitely held their own and managed to take a point.
Tegan Bowie into the middle! And
that's a brilliant ball in from Tegan. Again, I thought Jordan was going to get on the end of it, but it ended up as an Aberdeen foul.
The initial ball through outside of the foot as well was
that was nice.
Phenomenal.
Definitely 16 is the substitute. 6 off, 16 off.
So the substitution was Laura Holden going off, coming on as 16 Hannah Innes. So that's a substitution for Aberdeen through an unfortunate injury.
Just a nudge.
That's great high pressure from Ellis Notley, forcing the error from Aberdeen and allowing us to get back in possession of the ball.
Lawson back to Frayne. It's excellent from Frayne and Lawson.
When Aberdeen are playing with such a high press, you can see it's happened 2 or 3 times now that when we do have the composure to pass around it, you've got almost 2 or 3 players out of the play, and it allows us to really exploit Aberdeen at the back when we're capable of doing that.
So it's going to be a free kick to Aberdeen. Challenge from Shannon Leishman. Just past the half-hour mark here at Meadowbank. Hibs still 1 to the good through Jory and Bokup. Excellent ball forward. Again, headed away. Ball towards Tegan Bowie is unsuccessful. Again, Aberdeen just not allowing Hibs much time on the ball now as we come into the final 15. They'll be wanting an equaliser before half time. That'll be the aim of the game now for Aberdeen. Ogilvie. It's the ball over the top of Doran Barr. Look how well she does to get back and try and win possession back. Excellent from Doran Barr.
Lauren Doran Barr's recovered really well there. I think initially she found herself a little bit out of position. Whether the Aberdeen wingers made that touch or not, it worked out brilliantly for her. But Lauren's recovered really, really well and managed to...
Ball in towards the back post. Easily dealt with again by Katie Frame.
Again, I think Aberdeen are playing a lot of football in our sort of half and final third, but feeling relatively comfortable. A lot of their chances are, you know, Katie Frame's looking relatively comfortable. They've had 2 or 3 that have been pretty good, but in general, it's feeling all right back there. So I think now it's about making sure that we either score again or hold the same scoreline going into the half time.
And it's definitely been an entertaining first half of football from both sides.
Yep.
Credit to Aberdeen, they've had their chances, but ultimately you don't put your chances away, you don't get much from it. So
Yep.
Our defence has been solid. Poppy Lawson's been involved in numerous chances for Aberdeen where she's closed the gap.
Yeah, she's playing really well tonight actually. Like you said, I think her and Leah have both dealt with the Aberdeen attackers pretty well, but especially, like I said, I've touched on it a lot already, Bailey Hutchison. She's really, really dangerous, and I think what Poppy especially has done very, very well is get close enough to her that she isn't able to get turned, but while bearing in mind that if you get too close she'll spin Poppy or anybody else for that matter, so I think she's done that very well.
I think Aberdeen have really been banking on that combination of Hutchison and Ogilvie on this left hand side. It's come off a good few times this first half.
Yeah.
But again, we've dealt with it really, really well.
Yeah, I mean we've seen it a lot. They're linking up very well, and I think Aberdeen are showing what they're capable of. They're looking a really good side in all honesty.
Offside against Hutchison.
Again, Poppy stepping out just at the right time there. Great to see. And even if play did continue there, she managed to get a great touch on the ball due to our good positional sense. So again, really, really good.
Bochum again, it's been fantastic here, and that could be a challenge there, but Aberdeen managed to give away the throw in.
She's a little bit unfortunate not to get the foul, I think there, but she's done well to get a throw in. But again,
always happens when
really
you get back
strong.
to your feet.
Yeah.
It's almost as if you're being punished for being nice,
That's
isn't it?
exactly it. I think sometimes referees can be a little bit harsh in that sense, that if you sort of play on it, so do they.
So again, Bochum, Powell. Now Hibs going to loop that ball in, easily dealt with by Aberdeen, good clearance. And again, Poppy Lawson with that all-important touch. Aberdeen looking to counter-attack. Again, they've got Hutchison and Ogilvie up forward. But Ogilvie's just come away from Doran Barr. And there'll be an Aberdeen throw-in. And Hibs have done so well in this half of regaining possession. Powell forward again, drops to Notley. Excellent turn from Lee Eddy. Good 1-2. Again, she knows all too well how to get out of trouble. Notley. Bochum again.
Again, I think Shannon McGregor's unfortunate not to get the foul there. The Aberdeen defender's got both hands on her back, so it's meant that her header hasn't been exactly where she wanted it to go, but I think the referee's been a little bit harsh there.
Good controlling of the game for Hibs late into the first half.
Yeah, I think it's essential that we maintain that, keeping possession of the ball and composure, which I think we've done relatively good at times. I think there's also been moments where we could have done that better, but I think from now it's more important than ever that we make sure we retain possession when we do have it.
It's Aberdeen again, suffering from the pressure of this Hibs forward line. McGregor, Bochum and Ferguson. Ferguson just takes the touch, was looking to play the ball forward. And referee's played advantage. Here's Ogilvie. Doran Barr again, holding her own. Toe with Ogilvie. Just waiting for the backup for Ferguson. And again, there's that touch from Poppy Lawson and finally cleared by Ellis Notley.
We've seen a good battle with Lauren Doran Barr and Ogilvie out there. I think they're both pretty well matched, but Lauren Doran Barr for me is doing really well there because she's a brilliant player and could cause a lot of threats. You've seen it there. Our change of pace is brilliant. So again, it's good that we're dealing with it. I think overall we need to maybe ramp it up a little bit and really minimise Aberdeen's chances because they're more than capable of putting them away. So it's super important for us as a team. I'm sure that's what Grant will be saying at half time, is that we need to make sure that doesn't happen.
Ultimately, the big goal is 9 points from 3 games. And so far, it's going Hibs' way.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, there's a long way to go yet, but yeah, we need to maintain that. And if we can go out an international break with another win against Motherwell on Sunday, and hopefully carry the scoreline from tonight to make sure we get the 3 points. And yeah, 3 points tonight and 3 points on Sunday would be a really fantastic way to go into an international break.
It won't be long before cup football is back here at Meadowbank as well.
Yeah, I think as a club historically that's where we flourish. Touched on winning the cups in the past, and there was a period where that was where we completely dominated. So yeah, it's always super exciting. Last season we done pretty well in the Sky Sports Cup too. So to get that underway is exciting for the group of players, and hopefully we can show what we're capable of and sort of reignite some of that history.
So throwing for Hibs on the far side. Again, pressure from Aberdeen, but never in doubt. And ball to Doran Barr, lovely touch to get past Ogilvie. Ball out towards Ferguson. Ferguson's in the area. Has she got anyone across? And unlucky. Great ball across from Ferguson.
Abby Ferguson's done great there. I think we probably need a little bit more movement in the box when she's found herself in the position and she's got her head up. I don't think there's too many active runs, so that could have been a really good opportunity to double the lead before going into the break. But again, it's positive signs from the Hibs girls.
Ferguson, it's just up forward there. Doran Barr inside to Bokum. There's Dorian Bokum. Again, it's been a nightmare for Aberdeen. Excellent strength shown. And what a fight from Dorian Bokum to win that throw-in.
Showing her strength again there.
Fantastic work from.
We could maybe be a little bit smarter about releasing the ball slightly quicker.
So the throw-in from Doran Barr. That's made it right into the area. That's a poor effort from Hibs, but nonetheless, difficult one.
Yeah,
it's never easy from that distance, especially on the left foot as well.
Of course, yeah, and that came onto our weaker foot there, so probably not exactly went in our favour with the layoff. But again, good to get a shot at goal, but I think we really need to be executing that slightly better, and if we're not going to then be smarter about when we're going to decide to shoot, because we're more than capable of knocking the ball about in that area of the park as well. So
just seems to be the one area, this season where we need that ever so slight little bit of improvement, because the defence is solid, well drilled, the midfield is fantastic, and it's just that final piece of the puzzle, isn't it? Just getting that conviction up forward, but it's never easy.
Yeah, I think a lot of it comes from everyone. If you look at the sort of chances over the past few weeks, again, almost almost a good bit of play there, but the execution of the ball in for the box from Tegan Bowie is just not quite there. But again, she's shown signs of having a good game, so hopefully she can thrive on that in the next half. But yeah, I think that overall, I think for me, what we really need to sort of work on is the composure in the final third. And like I sort of said a minute ago, there is recognising that we have the ability to keep the ball and knock it about and have possession in our opponent's half. And I think that'll then lead us to have sort of better chances.
As you said, sometimes it can come down to the confidence of the players and the confidence that they have.
Of course, yeah. Of course. I think Jorian's done well the past couple of weeks. But you know, we've got players on the bench that can do a really good job as well. Ailey Adams on the bench. We've got Brooke Nunn, so players that are flying as well. So it'd be great to see some of them come on tonight. Brooke had a really good game against Hearts on Sunday, so she's doing really well just now. It'd be great to see her on the park. But like we touched on before, the
last season, you know, Brooke was just trying to find herself in the squad, and it seems that Grant's kind of maybe pulled her aside and said, well, you know, this is exactly how I want you to play all the time. Mm-hmm. And this season she's been outstanding, you know, from the first game to now.
Yeah, she's been good this season. She's definitely got a lot of talent, especially when it comes to sort of 1v1s and in the wide area. She's super talented. So it's about using that in the right games, I guess, and at the right times.
So into added time here at Meadowbank. Naomi Powell nearly getting herself into a good position there. And Shannon McGregor just looking for the overlap in Naomi Powell. And again, that's excellent from Shannon Leishman. Just take the sting out of that one. One comes forward towards Bokum. Aberdeen managed to win it back. And the ball towards Ogilvie. Too much on that one. Katie Frayne will pick that one up. Just past the first minute of added time. Could be maybe 3 minutes due to the Aberdeen injury early on in the game.
That's a brilliant touch from Abby Ferguson.
And Notley in towards Bokum. You can see what she wanted to do there. She was just looking to touch it past her player and make a run, but
yeah,
defended well by Aberdeen.
The touch has just been a little bit heavy. But yeah, you can totally see what she was aiming to do, and we've seen it 2 or 3 times tonight. That touch sort of across the centre back and spin them.
And Bokum just flagged offside. Again, Abby Ferguson doing so well to win the ball back. So the free kick to come.
No, it was offside. Sorry, it was offside. It was no shot. Yeah.
Chests it down, and again, Tegan Bowie. Every player on this pitch in a Hib shirt is working their socks off in the first half.
Yeah,
trying to win that ball back.
Tegan Bowie showing it there. She's such a hard working player, and you see it as soon as we lose the ball, she's working so hard to get back in there, and that's what you want from every single player. And I think, like you said, we're seeing that tonight.
Powell, good touch in there from Ellis Notley, and Tegan Bowie just dispossessed. Too far away from the half-time mark now here at Meadowbank. So throw in from Aberdeen. Just managed to get it out of their feet. And half-time here at Meadowbank. The score is Sibs 1, Aberdeen 0. We'll just take a break for half-time, and we'll be back in no time at all. Stay with us.
Goal scorer for Hibernian Women,
Welcome back to Meadowbank. We're ready to get back on the way here as Hibs took a 1-0 lead into half time, and Jorian Bokum's ready to get us back on the way, and we're pretty much hoping for much of the same, aren't we? I mean,
yeah, I think, and you know, the first part of that game probably wasn't the best from Hibs, and I think it's just looking at half time. I think the conversation would be looking to continue what the sort of last, probably from about when we scored the goal. Actually, it looked like everybody took a bit of a breath and calmed down, so continuing that and making sure that the first 15-20 minutes where we weren't so good, that sort of put to bed. But again, in those times we managed to hold our own, so that's what's important, as well as that we were still
here come
where
Aberdeen.
we wanted to be.
Cleared away by Eddie. Absolutely, and you were obviously in there with the guys, and I'd say the word from Grant was pretty much more of the same.
Yeah, I only caught the tail end of it, but yeah, I think there's certainly parts that could be better, and the bits that we spoke about were sort of getting a little bit closer to Jorian and making sure that actually just right onto there, making sure that we're getting in the box when we do have the ball out wide. I think we actually touched on it between us in the first half, as well as making sure that we've got runners in the box. If the likes of Tegan or Abby Ferguson have got the ball and they're looking for a ball in the box, it's that we've got plenty of runners. So that was a little bit of the chat as well, and yeah, looking to just, I mean, I think the main principle is if we keep a clean sheet here, then we've got the 3 points. So that's the first and foremost priority.
So we're waiting a throw in, and Celtic have evened things up at home to Hearts, now 2-2.
I think they got a bit of a late goal just before the break. Well, at 34 minutes they managed to equalise, so again, I'm not super surprised by that, but it's obviously a good game over there, so it'll be interesting to see how it turns out from now.
So Ellis Notley, good ball towards the back post, and chance here for Shannon McGregor, and that would have put the dot the T's across the I's on the 100th appearance, wouldn't it?
That would
to get a goal.
I think it's definitely still a potential. I think what's good to see there is, the ball's coming in the box, and we've got 3 or 4 players in the box, which is exactly what's been asked of the girls.
So again, Hutchison having a really good run here for Aberdeen.
Yeah. As soon as she gets running with the ball, she's really dangerous. So it's about stopping that before she gets a few strides.
That's a good ball. Aberdeen forced to put that one down for a throw in. Tegan Bowie. Shannon Leishman we'll get to see a little bit more of the left side of the game now for this half.
Yeah.
It's difficult to see
the rain's
from where
calmed
we
down
are
a little bit as well, which helps. It was handling it down in the first half, but it makes it a little bit easier to play in when you can judge the ball a bit easier if there's less surface water, so I think that'll probably help. Just as I'm saying that, the rain's starting back on, but a little bit's fine.
And here's the
I'm
pace
sure
of
we can deal with it.
Hibs at the minute.
You see there, Shannon McGregor busted a gut to get in the box, so again, positive signs right from the whistle.
It does seem like Grant's pushed her a little bit further forward to try and have that extra player in the area.
Yeah, I think like I said, it's probably, Shannon's a very, very hard worker, and she'll do what's been asked of her, and you can see there she's working super hard to make sure that she's in the box to give an option for the wide players when they are looking to cross the ball in the box.
Welcome gets it out to safety. That looping ball easily dealt with.
You can see what she's trying to do there, sort of whip it into Jorian, who is sort of the far away side of the defender, but hasn't quite worked out.
It's an easy one for Kirby to deal with, and now Aberdeen again. Pushing forward. And the shot on goal. Easy for Katie Frame.
Again, Katie Frayne looking comfortable, but those are the type that in these conditions can be pretty dangerous if it takes an unexpected bounce due to the rain. But she's very comfortable there.
I wouldn't mind, but Ennis was wide open there for Aberdeen as well. Would have made it difficult for Shannon Leishman.
Yeah, I think she's done us a little bit of a favour by deciding to take the shot. If she'd executed it, maybe we wouldn't be saying the same, but fortunately it wasn't making Katie Frayne uncomfortable at all.
There comes Aberdeen with a clearance. All over back to Katie Frayne. Just puts that through the middle. Again, Shannon McGregor doing well. Ball over from Bochum, looking for Ferguson. Again, Jorian Bochum just stepping over the ball. Now Aberdeen again, that ball over the top. Lawson with a really good deft header there. Shannon Leishman does what she does best, to get stuck in.
Yeah, she loves a slide tackle, but it's a good decision to step in there. And really,
hopefully she doesn't do that too much in training. So the throw to come from Shannon Leishman.
Shannon Leishman's throw not quite reaching where she hoped it to be there. Again, it's these moments that are important. We need to keep the ball.
Jorian Bochum just losing out to the throw-in. Aberdeen take it quickly. But again, they're smothered by Shannon Leishman and Leah Eddy. Naomi Pelt, all three jumping to get that ball back. And Shannon Leishman again, just looking for an option, and she's got one in the middle with Alice Notley. Tegan Bowie coming for it now as well. Shannon McGregor just heading that one forward. Again, Alice Notley doing so well. Powell. Bowie, now McGregor. Good touch to Leishman. Again, good compact passing from Hibs.
It's good play in those tight areas, but you see Abby Ferguson, she's wide open on the other side of the park. It's not easy to find her, it's a big pass, but again, I think what's essential is getting out of those tight areas and actually opening out and playing where we've got the space. Again, it's good play to keep the ball in there, but the way we'll really hurt Aberdeen is by getting out of those areas and exploiting the gaps that they've made by squeezing us in like that.
Lawson's done well to get that one away. And I think we can expect to see more involvement to Hannah Stewart on the Aberdeen side this half. She's definitely been demanding a lot more of the ball.
Yeah, I think she's shown initially in this half that she's keen to get a shot off as well. So again, we need to minimise that as much as possible. But like I said, and I've been saying the full game, Leah and Poppy have been doing that really well so far.
It's a headache I wouldn't want to have, and Grant Scott's got that in the decision of who to have in the middle of the defence. Absolutely,
it's a really, really strong area for us, and bundles of experience and talent on the bench in that area.
Excellent run here by Tegan Bowie. She's done so well to keep that ball. Support there from Shannon Leishman, but it's touched away by Finney.
Tegan showing her pace again. She's unbelievably fast, and it's a difficult one there because I think she's been. Aberdeen have actually done really well to stop her, but shows what she's.
Oh, just too much. Absolutely, and Shannon McGregor just a little bit too much on that pass through to Tegan Bowie.
Again, it's the right idea, but not executed exactly. If she takes a little bit off of that, then we might have managed to release Tegan to then be able to get across in the box. But
throw in from Aberdeen. Again, a good header. Jorian does so well to control it. Nobody's taking that ball off her. Alice Notley looks to play it back in for Bochum. And that's... Thought was going to be called for a free kick there. Prepared myself, but referee says play on.
It's good pressure again, making sure that when Aberdeen get those balls in the pocket, in between sort of our defence and our midfield, that we've got pressure. And you see there...
Oh, and a mistake, a defensive error. And it is indeed the second for Jorian Bochum. And a defensive nightmare for Aberdeen. Finney with the back pass that just ran past Kirby. And Bochum chased it down. It's made it 2-0 to Hibs.
Yeah, great pressure there. And just as I was saying it, great pressure from the back to the midfield. And then we've carried that all the way to the front and really capitalised on Aberdeen's mistake.
A very, very poor back pass.
It was a poor back pass, but I would say Jorian's done really well there to hunt it down.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure if the keeper was making it, if Jorian was there or not. I don't think she was. But excellent from everyone in the team there, actually. Really good pressure. And, you know, we've reaped the rewards from the hard work. So that's a really positive moment there. And more than anything, we've doubled our lead. So we can afford to be comfortable now. Yeah, I think from now we've got that little bit of leeway, so we really just need to focus on controlling the game rather than chasing the scoreline.
66 minutes, Hibs are 2-0 to the good, but the downside to that is Kirby in the Aberdeen goal may have taken a knock from the challenge with Jorian Bochum.
Yeah, again, it's not something that you like to see, but hopefully it's just a bit of impact.
And Celtic have taken the lead against Hearts, now 3-2. And that's a result that'll go our way at the end of the day, should the scoreline here stay the same.
That would be, you know, fantastic for us. I'm sure Hearts are very much still in it. Like I said before, they're a dangerous side. So we
look at last season and how bad it was to finish that far kind of behind them. And this season, I would imagine one of Grant's objectives was to look, we need to be on the other side of that, you know, on the table and get that confidence back, because every game against Hearts was almost like a feeling of, right, we can't lose here, but at the same time we're scared to take those chances to go and win the game. Yeah,
I think, I mean, last season and this season, those games are massively important. If not the most important fixture, because obviously it's a derby and it means a lot to everybody, it means a lot to the fans, but more critically, they're very close to us in terms of the league table. So those are the points that really matter when it comes to towards the end of the season and where we're going to finish. So if we can get above Hearts, if, like you said, if the scores remain the same, we'll go above them in the league, which would be tremendous. And then hopefully go into the international break in a much more positive position.
And well, there's a trophy involved now, isn't there, in the derby? Did you manage to get your hands on that on Sunday?
I did, yeah. I think...
I can't imagine there's players wanting to lift that one up.
Yeah, it's one of those, it's great to be a part of. I think what's most important for us as a group, though, is getting the 3 points on the league table. And like I touched on at the start of the game, I think that's the result on Sunday is, you know, it's excellent, but it's sort of defined by how we get on tonight. And we're 2-0 up, so we're looking comfortable. So hopefully we can maintain that.
So substitution to come for Aberdeen. That's Eva Thompson who's coming off. We get a quick look at who's coming on, hopefully. Eva Thompson off. And unfortunately the Aberdeen keepers have to go to the dressing room.
Yeah, hopefully it's nothing too serious, but I think by the looks of things she's maybe hurt her ankle.
Coming on for Aberdeen is Phoebe Murray. Number 22 for number 18. I think Aberdeen are just lining up their substitute keeper. They very rarely have to prepare for this sort of situation because you don't expect your goalkeeper to get injured.
I think that's what's taken a bit of a moment. You can see her sort of getting her shin pads and that sort of thing ready, so it doesn't look like she was too ready to come on. As I'm sure we weren't expecting to see the Aberdeen goalkeeper to have to come off.
Montrose have taken the lead against Dundee United away from home. That'll be a big result for them if they can manage to pull off 3 points.
Yeah, if they get the 3 points there, that's huge for them.
We spoke about Montrose and how much they've been struggling. They've scored goals, they've just had trouble defending, and again, coming up to this level is a massive difference from SWPL2. But for them to take 3 points against a team like Dundee United, who have managed to come up and then establish themselves as a Premier League side, it'll be a massive jump in confidence.
Yeah, that's really important for them, and I think, like you said, it'll probably allow them to build a lot of confidence. But yeah, Montrose are a really good side actually on the counter attack. They can be very dangerous, I think, against any side. So I'm not surprised that they're managing to score goals against the likes of Dundee United.
So the substitution for Aberdeen, obviously, Faye Kirby's come off for Annalisa McCann.
I think for the next sort of 5-10 minutes, I think we should test Aberdeen goalkeeper. Like we said, she wouldn't be expecting to come on, so let's try and exploit that. She might not be too sharp for the first 5 minutes.
No, I think you're dead right, and just a parry from Katie Frayne there from the shot from Hutchison. Again, Hibs keeping on top of things. Throw into Aberdeen. No changes yet made from a Hibs point of view.
I wouldn't be surprised if that comes soon. Like we've said, lots of talent on the bench, and I think as it gets to the latter stages of the game, we should really utilise that.
Maybe even see the introduction of Rosie Livingstone, who's scored here already this season with her first touch.
That would be brilliant to see.
Only just turned 18 as well. You know, she's such a young player with such a mature head on her shoulders.
Yeah, that's exactly. I think that goes for off and on the park. You know, Rose is a brilliant character to have around, and I can't believe she's only 18, to be honest.
I don't think I've ever seen a happier player, you know, in a Hibs shirt.
She's a great player to have in the squad, but also bundles and bundles of talent. She's just been selected for the Scotland under-19 squad, which is really great to see, but also thoroughly deserved. And hopefully she can go and play there and get some confidence and start to be involved more here, because, yeah, like I said, she's got bundles of talent. I would be surprised if we see her on the pitch tonight.
And that was a good clearance from Leah Eddy again. She's done great in defence this evening for Hibs. Hibs now 2 to the good against Aberdeen, if you're just joining us here at Meadowbank. Just ticking over towards 65 minutes. And now Aberdeen putting on the pressure. Now that was a chance for Hutchison to maybe take a touch and put it beyond Katie Frayne. Shopped it for the throw in towards Tegan Bowie. That's a good throw out.
That was a pretty decent bit of play from Aberdeen, but again I think we switched off slightly.
Free kick to Aberdeen.
I think that's a little bit harsh. Maybe I'm being slightly biased, but it looked to me like Bailey Hutchison was slightly off balance, so she's gone down easier than expected. Although it looks like she's needing some treatment. So.
And it's almost as if, you know, Aberdeen are doing this for the injured keeper. You can see that little bit of an uplift. You know, it's a double-edged sword. Sometimes when you have an injury like that, it can spur a team on to have something else to play for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So they substitute Innes. It's just gotten clear. Ferguson.
Dangerous ball in there. That's a good ball in from Aberdeen there, but dealt with pretty well.
Excellent turn again. Looking for Tegan Bowie. Tegan just over the crossbar. She had an option, but not the time to look up and take it at the far post. But good effort all the same from Tegan Bowie.
Yeah, good for me, she needs to keep it down there. Shannon McGregor has done very well to get her on the ball. And again, Keegan's shown her pace by managing to reach there before the Aberdeen defender, but I think she'll maybe look at that one back and think she maybe should have taken another touch. But likewise, good shot. Yeah, good chance to get a shot away.
It's Leah Eddy, I think, got that challenge in. Throw in from Aberdeen. Long ball, chested down, and it's good challenge from
Very good, son.
Naomi Powell, I think.
A good challenge. Like in this weather, it's something that slide tackle and it looks so much more fun.
It definitely takes you a few yards further, that's for sure.
Yeah, but she's judging it really well there. So as are all the girls in Shannon Leishman 5 or 10 minutes ago as well. So it's good that we're adapting to the conditions.
That's an excellent kick out from Frayne. Jorian's in here, knocks it over, and it's just wide of the mark, but it's going to be a penalty. And last man, is it going to be a red card? It is. And it's sending off for Aberdeen.
That's a great direct pass from Katie Frayne. You know, sometimes it's not the style of football you want to play, but if it exploits Aberdeen's weaknesses, it's exactly what you want to see. Jorian's battled really well with the defender there, and
my eye was on the ball. I didn't even get a chance to see the challenge.
I think it was
that
just
came there.
I think it was just a bit of a tug, really. It didn't look anything too major to me, but I'm sure Jorian Bocum will be stepping up to take this, looking for her hat trick.
I'm just trying to get an eye on who may have gone off there. I think it might have been.
I think it was number 15.
15, so Madison Finney.
Yeah, that's the one.
So Madison Finney, number 15, has gone off.
Yeah.
And Jorian Bocum with a chance now for a hat-trick at Meadowbank. And it's in! Bottom corner. Huge night for Jorian Bocum. A hat-trick for the Hibees. Her first hat-trick in a hip shirt. And what a night it's been for Jorian Bocum.
Yeah, I mean, as said early on, she was looking good tonight. That's a brilliant penalty. That's 3 and 3 with penalties. And again, it's something that we were cursed with a little bit last season. So for her to be on a decent form of taking penalties, it's really great to see. But 3 goals tonight for her. That is brilliant.
So a night to remember for Jorian Bocum, and scoreline increased for the Hibees. Now 3-0 against Aberdeen. Aberdeen down to 10 players.
Yeah, 3-0, 10 men. We're looking really, really comfortable, but we really need to stay switched on as well and make sure that we still keep doing things right. I think nothing against a side like this should be taken for granted, but super comfortable, so it's just about maintaining the standard that we had in this half, and if anything, upping it down to the fact we're playing against 10 men now.
Eddie with that ball through, it's just intercepted. Touch back again, the ball pushed forward. And she's onside. Bocum, again that strength shown, teed it up for Ferguson, just not enough on it. Unselfish there from Jorian Bocum, she knew she wasn't going to get in on goal.
Aberdeen defence has actually done pretty well to recover there. But yeah, I feel to have super high standards, we need to be clinical in those areas. So.
And that's a good ball through to Shannon Leishman. And does she have options? And all 3 Hibs players just didn't get into the area quick enough.
Yeah, that wasn't very promising to see. Shannon Leishman's made a good run. I think the runs in the box need to be more lively, but also when we're picking out that pass, it has to be important.
And now Shannon Leishman with a chance to score a goal of her own, and she's just put it wide. Excellent effort from Shannon Leishman, and Aberdeen really struggling to deal with that left side of Shannon Leishman and Tegan Bowie.
Almost the exact same sort of idea. That pass in between has really opened up the Aberdeen defence for Shannon Leishman to get through. we need to be hitting the target in those areas, and I'm sure Shannon Leishman would agree. But 2 chances, very, very good chances in the space of a couple of minutes, we need to be more clinical.
Ogilvie wins it back for Aberdeen. Aberdeen with it all to do now. 3-0 down. And 20 minutes of normal time to go.
Looks like there might be a couple of subs up in the next few minutes.
I would imagine so. Chance for Grant Scott to rest some legs. And that's a wonderful ball over for Shannon McGregor. She takes a touch, she's looped it over the keeper. And on 100 appearances, she gets her goal. Shannon McGregor, Hibs captain, has got the 4th for Hibs on 71 minutes.
Oh, that's brilliant. Sitting with a big smile on my face. Shannon McGregor getting that goal on the 100th minute. It's actually a brilliant finish as well. She took that really, really well. I thought for a second the referee was going to go for a handball, but luckily the whistle stayed away from his mouth. And again, 4-0, that's a tremendous scoreline.
And Shannon McGregor gets her goal on her 100th appearance. Such a great night for her. Ball up towards Powell. Again, just nicked away by Ellis Notley. Jorian Bokum again showing good strength.
Not sure if Jorian Bokum's looking slightly tired.
Now the legs just look a bit, don't they? A little bit weary.
Yeah, I think so. I think it would maybe be wise to sub perhaps Ailey Adams on.
Ball in, easily dealt with by Katie Frayne.
Good hands again by Katie Frayne. Comfortable coming off our line there. Makes it easy
Tegan
for
Bowie.
us.
Absolutely. And I mean, Aberdeen really, really struggling now.
Yeah, I think since the young players been sent off, they've really, really opened up. But to the girls on the park for Hibs, we've exploited the areas.
So I'm throwing now from Aberdeen. Over towards Hutchison. Aberdeen are trying to get back into this game. And Leah Eddy, excellent touch to Katie Frayne. Ball out into the wide areas towards Naomi Powell. And they've won it back. Cleared away by Poppy Lawson.
Good cover by Poppy Lawson again.
So 3 changes to come for Hibs. So Tegan Bowie the first to make way, Shannon Leishman as well. And it looks like Abby Ferguson. So Leishman, Ferguson and Bowie off. From what I could see.
I think that's Jorian Bokum.
It's Jorian Bokum,
yeah.
Apologies.
So
it's a long black hair that throws me.
So Ailey Adams came on up front there. And looks like Rosie, is it?
So Ailey Adams is the first one, and it is Rosie Livingstone. So we spoke of it earlier. Will we see her play tonight? And she's
Yeah.
bit of an 18th birthday present from Grant.
Yeah, 2 young players that I'm sure we'll see what they've got to offer, but both got bundles of talent.
So there's Ailey Adams' first involvement. Again, Rosie Livingstone making sure she's in the area for a chance on goal. And Rosie again just wide of the mark.
That would have been a brilliant assist for Ailey Adams before they finished that. The 2 of them.
I'm just
straight
trying to
away
think
linked up.
who the third player might be that's come on, or maybe it was just a double substitution.
Brooke Nunn on
There's
the
Brooke
right.
Nunn.
Yeah.
Absolutely, there she is. So Brooke Nunn is the third player to come on now for Hibs this half in that triple substitution.
Yeah, so the front 3 have just all been swapped out, which I think could potentially really punish the Aberdeen back three, who are looking a bit deflated and demoralised, which I don't blame them.
I mean, when you have that chance to take the front three out, I mean, how important is goal difference in this league? And you know, it at the end of the season could very well come down to goal difference, and in situations like this, you've got to think of it and say it could be 4, or we could go for 6 or 7.
That's
so
exactly it, and it's not necessarily just about playing different players, but actually these players have the ability to come on and, like you say, play a critical part in the scoreline, which could later in the season be really super important.
So a change for Aberdeen. I'm just seeing who has come on. Dealt with well by Katie Frame. So Aberdeen changing out a player in the back line. Livingston looking to touch that in.
You can see what
That's
she's
Amy
tried
Black
to
who's
do
come
there.
on for Aberdeen. Absolutely, you can indeed.
Yeah, link up. Ailey Adams has actually dropped in quite nicely. Didn't quite pay off.
And Poppy Lawson gets it clear. She's had a great game this evening, Poppy Lawson.
Yeah, she definitely has.
She's not done anything wrong.
And I think, although the scorelines went our way, I think.
Ambitious effort.
I think Aberdeen definitely can't be underestimated, but we've done really well tonight. I think Grant and the staff and all the girls within the squad will all be super chuffed with the performance tonight.
So 2 more changes, top it out at 5 substitutions, and it's Shannon McGregor who's coming off. She's had a fantastic game. Shannon McGregor giving the captain's armband to Ellis Notley, and Leah Eddy is making way as well.
It's Mickey McAloney coming on for Sharon McGregor. It looks like Siobhan Hunter, but it's great to see her making her way back onto the park.
Both of them, you know, have suffered bad injuries in the past season, so it's great to see them, you know, back on the pitch and knowing that they have what it takes now to get back out there.
And you know, look at the talent coming off the bench tonight. It's unbelievable to be making subs like what we've just made. It's incredible. It's really good.
It's a situation that we've wanted to be in for so long. You know, last season we were hampered with injuries. I think at one point we had 11 players injured, and it just wasn't an ideal situation. But
that's exactly it. We were absolutely plagued, but just now the injury club's actually quite low in numbers, which is something that you should never complain about.
That's a rare situation of, you know, sometimes you say quality over quantity, but we seem to just have both this season, where, you know, the players coming off the bench are the calibre of Rosie Livingston, Siobhan Hunter, you know, and it's just like you said, it's a great situation. It's amazing to see.
Like, the thing is as well, it's quality, but also bundles of experience on the bench. Like, that's a rare position to be in, as well as on the park.
And with Mickey McAloney, the ball just sticks to her feet and never seems to leave.
She's probably one of the best dribblers.
That's a good shot. Chance here. There's the 5th. Knocked into the back of the net.
What a strike from Ailey Adams, but Brooke Nunn's done really well to get in there and get on the seconds and get herself a goal. Actually, it might even be her first touch, I'm not sure.
Brooke Nunn, it might be. It's
But yeah, Ailey Adams deserves a lot of credit there. What a strike that was. And the Aberdeen goalkeeper didn't stand a chance of holding it in and won. And like I said, Brooks reacted very well. But again, brilliant play from Hibs.
The power on the shot from Ailey Adams. Too much for the Aberdeen keeper to deal with, and it's touched home by Brooke Nunn. So it's now Hibs 5, Aberdeen 0. And a wonderful scoreline here at Meadowbank. The ball over the top, just seen passed by Katie Frayne. It's still in play though. Here's Rosie Livingston, excellent turn. She manages to touch it forward, just to get it to Mickey McAloney. Now Ellis Notley. Naomi Powell. And Lauren Doran-Barr manages to get the throw in. That's great to see these guys get almost 90 minutes as well. They will get 90 minutes, in fact. Lauren Doran-Barr, Naomi Powell.
Yeah, of course.
And Hibs just lose possession. So a hat-trick from Jorian Bokum, one from Shannon McGregor and one from Brooke Nunn. 5 goals here at Meadowbank.
Hopefully still another couple to come.
We'll take them if they come, that's for sure.
Yeah, no disrespect to Aberdeen, but they're really up against it just now.
Like you said, with the changes Hibs have made and the quality they brought on from the bench, it is really difficult to.
That's exactly it.
Have to
And
deal with
Aberdeen 10 men, really deflated.
Fall
Trying
towards
to combat
Lee Eddy.
these fresh legs that have came on and are super keen to go and score goals. It's a hard one for them.
Ellis Notley even having a go getting forward now.
Yeah, it's a rare sight, but she's more than capable of it. It's a brilliant touch.
Just a few words of disappointment there from Ellis Notley.
Yeah, slightly frustrated.
Well, if you're frustrated at 5-0 up, then you definitely have the right mindset for this league, that's for sure.
That's exactly it. It shows the standard that she puts on herself.
Has anyone stood out for you this evening? Anyone been a...
I think obviously Jorian, she's had a brilliant game. Poppy Lawson, I think, has been pivotal at the back alongside Lee Eddy to make sure that that's taken care of, which has then allowed the front players to go and do their job. And it's easy to forget now we're 5-0 up, but there was a period where Aberdeen were really showing signs of being dangerous. And I think it's really positive and integral to the result that we managed to get through that period of time without allowing them to score. I also think Katie Frains looked really comfortable. She's not been massively tested. I think Aberdeen have had a decent amount of shots on target, but most of them have been pretty comfortable for her.
I'd say with the shots from the players at training, she shouldn't have any problems at all, given the firepower that we have in the squad.
Yeah, that's true.
Rosie's just put that one through, and Brooke's got the pace. Just cleared away.
I think for me, Brooke has to be a little bit more brave there. I think if she's brave and really commits to that challenge, she gets something out of it. But it's a great slotted through ball from Rosie Livingston.
Aberdeen confused just by the offside as well.
Brooke came from really deep actually. She was nowhere near offside, but I think, as you say, they didn't quite catch that. Again, Katie's distribution tonight has been pretty good.
Throw in to come from Shannon Leishman. Shannon Leishman plays it just back into the middle. And now Aberdeen attempt to push forward. And Siobhan Hunter just makes sure that some of the rest of the 90-minute players on the pitch get a rest.
Again, a brave decision to step out of the back line there, but proved the right one.
She's been waiting for this for such a long time.
Yeah, she had a long recovery from injury, and it's great to see her back on the park. Everyone will love to see that.
And I was unfortunately there for both Rachel Boyles and Siobhan Hunter's injuries. Yeah. It's just great to see them, getting back to it.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, Rachel Boyle been out for just that little bit longer.
Yeah, she's got a wee while to go yet, but not. She's progressing nicely, which is good to see, and she's working very, very hard behind the scenes. I think that's the bit that sometimes you do forget, is that these players are, Rachel Boyle, sorry, like the likes of Siobhan Hunter, Rosie Livingston last season. All worked so hard to get back on that pitch.
And surely that should be a free
Yeah.
kick on Rosie Livingstone.
For me, that's a stonewall free kick. But
Benefit
again,
of the doubt to Aberdeen, I suppose, from the referee.
I guess it's about us just keeping the cool and keeping them working hard. Good ball in from Rosie there, and Ailey Adams almost managed to get something on it, but it was a bit of a difficult one. Came at that sort of awkward height that, as a striker, it's my least favourite ball to receive. It's, you know, a sort of hip height. It's a difficult one to actually direct towards the goal.
Very difficult to control when it comes in at that pace, especially.
Yeah.
You tick over into the final 4 minutes of normal time. 5-0 here at Meadowbank. All substitutions have been made for Hibs. A really positive night here at Meadowbank. 2 wins from 2, 6 points. Carry the momentum into Sunday.
Yeah, I think that's what's...
And a difficult pass from Rosie Livingstone, not enough pace on it. Cuts across goal. And now Aberdeen with a chance. It's away by Poppy Lawson.
Well defended, but we've got a bit lucky there. Again, it's these moments that are really important. We cannot switch off.
A free kick for Hibs.
I think a clean sheet's as important tonight as anything. If we were to lose a goal now, that would be extremely disappointing.
We have to try and get as many as we can. I mean, it's not just back-to-back, 3 points and making it 6 points from 2 games. There's also 2 clean sheets, 1 away from home and 1 at home. So it's so important to the morale as well.
Yeah, that's really, really important. And then I think going into the Motherwell game on Sunday, that's again going to be integral to getting a result.
Goal kick here for Aberdeen. And I think it's all about game management now for Hibs, and if they can get another, great. If not, that's quite fine as long as the clean sheet comes along with it.
I agree. I think what's important is we just continue to do the right things, and that's from a mentality point of view important, so that we head into next Sunday, or this Sunday I should say, knowing that we're playing good football and end today on a high.
Shannon Leishman, ball into Rosie Livingstone. Corner to Hibs. I believe one of the only corners has been for Hibs in this game. I think Leah Eddy had one in the first half.
There's not been many actually, which is a rarity.
So the corner to come from Ella Snotley. He's indeed taking the captain's armband from Shannon McGregor as she left the pitch. Played short. Snotley with the ball in. It's long ball, but Siobhan Hunter's tried her best to try and keep that in. Keep it in Hibs' possession.
It's a little bit over hit by Ella Snotley there.
Sometimes common when you play it short, you forget that you need to cushion the ball a little bit more and not so much pace on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now Aberdeen looking for the ball over the top and over the shoulder of Hutchison. Now the ball over the top for Ailey Adams.
What's that?
Just taking a deflection now for a throw-in.
Adams has shown that what she's all about tonight, making those runs, is what she's probably the best at, is making dangerous runs in behind and receiving it in the areas like she did there.
Although Aberdeen continued to fight, some good passages of play, and Hibs win it back again. Ball out wide now to Brooke Nunn. Here is Nunn. Good footwork, good pace. She loops the ball over towards the back post. Is there another chance here for Hibs? And the pass didn't come off there for Brooke Nunn in the end, but Ella Snotley keeps it in Hibs' possession. Good challenge from Aberdeen, well defended.
Again, it's a good bit of play, but I think Brooke could maybe be looking to get the ball in the box a little bit sharper there. I think she just lost taking players on, and she's tried to do that. and Aberdeen have managed to combat it.
Siobhan Hunter just looking for that ball through the middle to Ailey Adams. And Aberdeen now will just try and take the sting out of any Hibs attack that will come forward. McCann was kind of thrown into the mix unexpectedly for Aberdeen, the young goalkeeper. And Katie Frayne will get this one forward. And I'll go out for a Hibs throw. Doran Barr will take this one. As we've ticked past into the first minute of additional time here at Meadowbank, there shouldn't be too much to be added on. Maybe a little bit for the injury to the Aberdeen goalkeeper, but that's about it.
I think the Aberdeen players will just be wanting this game to finish.
Long journey home.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one for them, but they'll need to regroup as a unit and go again, I suppose.
As I always take it, it's, you know, you wake up tomorrow morning, it's this game's behind you. You have to look forward to the weekend and gather yourself.
Especially, you know, with the next game being so close. It's definitely, well, it's a lot easier to wake up with when you're waking up with 3 points. But yeah, you're right. As soon as the game's done, it's done and dusted, positive or negative, because it's super important that we put as much energy as is necessary into the next game. But it's also important and I guess deserved that we enjoy good performances like tonight. Oh.
Brooke Nunn. Again, Hibs keep pushing. Keep it in the Aberdeen half if they can. Touch back to Mickey McAloney. So Aberdeen in possession.
Over at the Hearts Celtic game, it looks like Katie Lockwood's been sent off.
And that'll be unlucky for Hearts, but ultimately the result that goes Hibs' way will finish that way.
Still 3-2, and if Hearts are down to 10 men, it might make it a bit more challenging for them to push for that late equaliser.
And as much as Aberdeen fans don't want to hear this, our next home game is a League Cup clash here at Meadowbank against Aberdeen.
Yep.
But on the flip side of that, they'll want to come here and they'll want to be seeking revenge for tonight. So
of course, but
we'll have to be ready and prepared for that one.
This year, we want to make Meadowbank a tough place to come, and tonight we've started that, and hopefully instill a bit of fear into them when they face that journey down for the next game, which is just around the corner against us, that they know what we're capable of. It's just important that we continue that run, and after tonight the focus is on in the Motherwell game and getting 3 points there and going into the international break in a really positive way. Three wins on the trot would be a fantastic place to be, and that's definitely the goal.
So Aberdeen just playing this one around the back, and the referee, I think, taking a look at his watch. We're into the 5th minute of additional time. Brooke Nunn looking to touch it forward for Shannon Leishman. Surely there's not much longer to go. And there's the full-time whistle. Hibs take all 3 points here at Meadowbank. Final score, Hibernian 5, Aberdeen 0. In SWPL 1, 6 points from 6, 2 clean sheets, 1 away, 1 at home. And Leah, to summarise, tonight it could be any more dominant as you'd like?
Yeah, I think, like I've touched on a couple of times, there was a spell where Aberdeen were looking really dangerous. I think, in all honesty, we weren't too great during that time period, but we rode it out and we've managed to get a convincing win. I think a couple of things went in our favour. That sending off helped us out. But you need to ride your luck, and I think the girls done that very well tonight. And to score a number of goals like that against a side like this, that's something that, you know, that shouldn't go underappreciated. That is a big achievement, and hopefully something that we can take a massive amount of confidence in going into our next league game against Motherwell.
Do you have a player of the match tonight for you? I know it's difficult to choose.
It'll have to be Jorian Bockham, because she was good tonight, strong. I think she really unsettled Aberdeen defence from the start. But also a special mention to Poppy. I thought she was really good tonight, Poppy Lawson. So yeah, the both of them maybe a joint player of the match. But yeah, overall a great performance and lots of positives to take.
So from myself and Leah, thank you for watching us, and we've got a home game on the 1st of October in the League Cup against Aberdeen, but we're up against Motherwell on Sunday. So we'll see you on the 1st of October here at Meadowbank in the League Cup against Aberdeen. And welcome back to Meadowbank here as we just await the presentation to Shannon McGregor after her 100th appearance for the Hibees tonight, and getting on the score sheet as well. Couldn't have been any better for Shannon McGregor tonight. So we're just going to stay with you until she receives that award. Obviously, Grant having a word with the squad on the pitch in what's been a fantastic performance.
Hope we get you again, Sean. You're a good lad. Thank you. Good lad. Thanks, pal. Bye.
Motherwell.
A week on Sunday.
There's a gap, isn't there?
Yeah, it's international break. Oh. So you'll be here for the Monday Night Close Ladies game in the city. Oh, the kickoff time.
That's my idea you're using here. So, full round of applause from the Hibs squad for tonight's performance. And Aberdeen obviously having a word as well with their manager. Not been an easy night for them, with a tough journey back up the road. I think that was the presentation for Shannon McGregor, perhaps, for the 100th appearance for Hibs.